Okay, so hello everyone. I'm Rafael from Bugs Project, and today we're gonna see a Java challenge about local thread. So just gonna share my screen with you. Okay, so this is the challenge, and we have the class Marvel thread local that has the thread local variable, and we have this constructor setting a value to the thread local variable. And also we have the run method that is from the thread class, okay? And here we are running some threads and showing some values. So I'm gonna give you some time and then let me know when you're ready, then I can share the answer with you. Okay, then guys, are you ready to see the answer?
I guess.
Yes.
So let's see, what is the output then? Everyone is wrong.
Of course.
Oh, that's weird.
Okay, so I will explain.
No.
I will explain why it is
Well,
this answer. Actually, I'm happy that everyone is going to learn something new today. So I'm gonna share with you why it's this answer. So let's debug then this algorithm and let's see why everyone is wrong. Okay, so one thing that's important here to realize is that ThreadLocal is a class that stores a value within the current thread that is being executed. So, for example, we are instantiating the Marvel thread local, and then we are going here, and we are setting a name into the thread local variable, and realize here that we are also setting the Boolean value to this variable. But when we are in the constructor here, we are still on the main thread. Okay, so we are not on the new thread here yet. Okay, so we are setting the value here into the main thread. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna go on here, and so yeah, so there is this method that it starts a thread and join a thread. So what is that? So basically, this method is gonna start the thread from this class, and it's gonna run the run method. And here you can note a very important method for threads. It's the join method. So if there wasn't this join method here, then it could be the answer from Sebastian, it could be the answer from Rodrigo. Actually, not exactly. Yeah, it could be anything. But as far as we're using this join method, what happened? It happens that when we start this thread, we are joining this thread with the main thread. So it will be synchronous in the end. Once we run this join method, this thread is gonna be executed until the end. So yeah, that's the purpose of the join method. So I'm gonna show you just to be more clear. So yeah, so this method was executed already, and we went through all this process. And so remember that I told you that the value from X-Men name on the thread local instance was being set on the main thread. So that's important to realize, because the value from this thread local will be returned here normally, because we are retrieving the value on the main thread. Okay, so I can just show you. Yeah, then you can see here that we're gonna have the value that we stored on the main thread here. So we stored Wolverine. So we're gonna retrieve Wolverine. So you can just pay attention here. Yeah, you can see Wolverine here. Okay. So again, we are invoking the start join method, and we are gonna pass Xavier. Let's see here. And then we're gonna invoke the start method from this thread and the join method. Yeah, so you can see that the run method was executed already. And once we try to retrieve the value that was stored in the main thread, it's impossible to retrieve the same value in a new thread. Okay, so keep in mind that the thread local class will store values in the thread that you are running your program. So, I mean, if the value was stored in the main thread, it won't be able to be retrieved in a new thread, okay? So keep that in mind. And here is almost the same situation. The only thing that changed is that we are passing false, and the value on the local thread won't be stored for the new thread. And yeah, as we passed false here on this flag can beat magneto, then it will falls into the else option, and then it will print magneto. So as you can see here, the final answer is no, Wolverine, no, and Magneto. I can go now a bit deeper just to show you more clearly what's happening here. So yeah, main thread, then I can invoke this method here, current thread. Then I can invoke here the same method. Okay, so let's debug again, and I'm gonna show you what thread is being run when we invoke, for example, the constructor of this class, when we invoke the run method, and let's just check it out. Okay, so we are now running the constructor, and then you can see here that when we run this constructor, the main thread is gonna be shown. Okay, you can see here, thread main. And remember that with the local thread instance, we are storing the value into the current thread. Okay. When we go into the start join method, we'll be starting a new thread and we'll be joining this thread. That means that this thread will be executed synchronously with the main thread. So it will be joined and it will never be executed in a different order. It will be always executed in the right order, because when we execute this method, we are forcing the thread. Okay, so new thread, execute until the end and join with my main thread. So I want you to always be executed in the order that I commanded you. Okay? Okay, so by knowing that, we know that the run method will be executed now. So you can see here that a no value was outputted, and you see here that a thread 0 was created. Okay, so this is another thread, so we can't retrieve a value that was stored in the main thread in a new thread. Okay, so that's the purpose of the ThreadLocal class. Okay, but when we are in the main thread, we can retrieve this value because we stored it in the main thread. So let's see it. As you see, as we stored Wolverine, we can retrieve it here. And then I'm just gonna output here the current thread. Here is the main thread. And here's pretty much the same. We're gonna be passing Xavier, but we are storing this information into the main thread. So once we run the new thread, so we're gonna run it now. So we run the start method and the join method. Yeah, you can see the output here. So it's no, and the thread one was printed too. Okay, so we have the thread 0 and thread 1, and now we're gonna pass Cyclops, and the same situation will happen. The only difference is that we are passing false, and then instead of going to here, it's gonna print Magneto. Yeah, you can see that thread 2 and Magneto. And that's pretty much it for this challenge, guys. Do you have any questions?
I'm good.
Nope. That's yeah, that was a good one. There's a lot of pieces that we can miss in that one. I know, like I miss the join method. It's like the fact that like all the ThreadLocal were set in the main thread. That was actually that was part of like I kept my lips zipped during, but that's what I wanted to. It was part of the train of thought. But yeah, I miss the join. That there was the join. I also missed that there was the a system output line just after the first start join thread for the wall ring. I didn't even see it. So yeah, there's a lot of parts, and when you focus on one part of the code, you miss the other part. And yeah, so again, we got schooled again.
Okay, guys, so just gonna stop sharing my screen. Today, you saw how to handle the ThreadLocal class, how to use that, and how to store values depending on the active thread that you are working on. This is very useful when you want to store a massive amount of data and you want to have control on that when you are working with different threads. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you like the video, just give a like and get subscribed, because you're gonna be helping me out to create more content, and you're gonna be helping yourself because you're gonna be able to create better content for you. And that's it. You can go to nobugexplorer.com as well, and then you can have access to more content. That's it, guys. So see you the next time.